everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I am bringing you another episode of Eyeshadows and Tea, and today we are going to be featuring the new Kat Von D Lolita palette. Yeah, we got a lot to say, got a lot to show, so if you're ready, then I'm ready, so let's get started. Before we get started, I do want to say welcome to all of our new family members. And in case you're not familiar with me yet, my name is Leah Garrett, and I am a cruelty-free makeup and beauty reviewer. I'm a makeup enthusiast, not a makeup artist, a plus-size beauty, and a PNH and ITP fighter. If you'd like to know more about those two diseases, there are videos down below that you can check out. So yeah, the time has come to review this and talk about this brand. You guys know that I like to buy makeup for the makeup and not just for the drama behind it, but you can't help but wonder if she really did kill her brand this year with some controversial things. So we are going to talk about those topics, and we are going to make a look with this palette today. So let's just go ahead and dive on in. So the Lolita palette is the newest palette from Kat Von D Beauty. She looks like this. She comes with 8 mattes. There's no shimmers in this palette, and it is based off this shade right here, which is Lolita, which was her one of her biggest selling liquid lipsticks, which I believe that she's had 3 versions of. I don't know. And it was also a controversial topic about the liquid lipstick when it came out. I'm not going to go too much into depth with that. You can just Google it and figure it out for yourself. Or read for yourself. It comes with her, her artwork for it. This is raised. The Lolita is raised. It has the purple and pink and mauve theme to it. I promise you guys this will be the last pinky purple look I do. I've been doing those a lot lately, and I'm just like, yeah. If you are looking into size comparison for this palette, it is about the same size as the Divine palette and the Pastel Goth palette. If you're wanting to know how big it is, it's basically the same format as those two palettes, same pan size, same packaging size. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead. I'm going to bring you guys in a little closer, and we're going to do this eye look, and we're going to talk about some tea. Hi guys. All right, I am going to prep my eyelids with my Essence I Love Color Intensifying Base like I always do. Okay, now that my primer is down, I do want to go ahead and set this, and I'm going to use this shade right here, the shade Promesa. And if I botch any of these words, because these are all Spanish words, please don't put my head on a stick. I barely passed Spanish in high school. High school was a very long time ago. So I am going to use this shade as my base today. Since this palette doesn't have any mattes in it, I am going to use, I think I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Liquid Eyeshadow, one of the two from the Pastel Goth collection. Not Pastel Goth, Gothographic. Alright, as always, I will do my right eye on camera, my left eye off camera. You do pick up quite a bit of eyeshadow with your brush, even if you just dip it into the palette. I will show swatches later. You guys know the drill. Y'all know the drill. Alright, so I was really hesitant to do this video. I was just going to review this on Instagram, but that was like, this is her newest palette. There are people out here who like these kinds of tones, especially if modern ABH's Modern Renaissance is one of your favorite palettes. These tones have, the similar shades in them. Yeah. All right, now I am going to go in with Besitos. This shade right here, and I am going to use that as my transition shade. All right. like I said, I was really hesitant to do this video, but like I said, it's her newest palette. I haven't, ooh, she's pigmented. I haven't really done a Kat Von D review, I think, since Pastel Goth, because I didn't do one for Divine. I didn't purchase Saint and Sinner. I didn't purchase the 10th anniversary one. So I think Pastel Goth, I don't want this brush. I think Pastel Goth was the last one I did. And that was what, last year? Maybe year before? But a lot has happened with her brand since then, and with her in general. And there have been, you know, some stuff coming up, some stuff that has come up over the past couple of weeks, and that I've seen on YouTube and I've seen online, and I don't know. I just really want to know if she did put the nail on their coffin in her brand, and if it's going to phase out in the next year. Because of everything that has been going on. So, the first thing I want to talk about is releasing products. Her product releases. I have noticed that they haven't been all that great lately, and they've been really repetitive. Sorry, my tooth is stained right here. I didn't do my whitening treatment before I did my video. I've noticed that they're all repetitive. Like, if you put Saints and Sinners and you put the 10th anniversary collection together, they kind of had the same shades going on. And I was like really excited. I really did want to get Saints and Sinners because there were colors in there I didn't have, because the only Kat Von D palettes I have are this one, the Lolita, I have Divine, I have Pastel Goth, I have Metal Matte, and I have Interstellar. So there were shades in there that I don't have in those other palettes. So I, you know, was kind of excited to get it. But then when I saw people actually using it, and I saw just how bulky the packaging was, I was just like, yeah, I think I'm going to pass. And then the 10th anniversary collection rolled around, and I thought it was just like way overpriced for what she had just released before it. Because it just looked like the same shades, just in like a different format and in different packaging. So I just feel like she hasn't really brought anything to the table in a long time as far as her makeup launches. I know she did some kind of liquid liner that you put in the inner or in your waterline, and I've seen people have eye infections because of that. I'm sorry, liquid liner does not belong in the waterline at all. There are some people who love that liner. There are some people who, you know, can't use it. There are people who had major allergic reactions to it, and there are people who've gotten eye infections from it. But other than that, I think the best item that she has released is this. This is the collaboration with Billie Joe Armstrong from Green Day, and it's the Basket Case Anti-Precision eyeliner. And everybody was up in arms about the name of it. Well, if you're a Green Day fan, you know Green Day has a song named Basket Case. That's why they called it that. So it just seems like she hasn't really released anything spectacular in a while. I am going to finish blending this out and do my other eye, and I'll be right back. Sorry, I hate the fact that my tooth is stained, but I drink tea all the time, so it happens. That actually looks really good. That is a really pretty transition shade. Yeah, it is really nice. Okay. Next, I'm trying to figure out what route I want to go today, because Lolita is like different, is like a different color from these other darker shades, as you see. So I'm trying to figure out what it is I want to do. I think I know what I'm doing. I think. I want to go into this shade right here. This palette does have a lot of kickback in it, so it's been rather messy and I've just been doing swatches of it and using my brush in the 2 shades. But you do get a lot of kickback, so it is messy. I think I'm going to go into this shade right here, Hermosura. And I'm going to use that next, right on top of that transition color. All right. I know you guys are ready to talk about the big elephant in the room. And that is the anti-vaccination thing. I am, ooh, this is pretty. I am a firm believer on parenting your children the way that you want, as long as they become a decent member of society. However, I draw the line when it comes to vaccinations. I know that there are, if I lose subscribers over this, I don't care. I know there are people out there who are, you know, against anti-vaccines, and that's fine. You have your right to feel however you want. Don't put down other people because they feel different than you. That's my main thing about today's society, is that nobody can have an open form of communication about topics without somebody getting heated, whether it's for the pro side or the con side. There's a lack of, kind of like lack of maturity there. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion about, this is looking a little patchy. I don't know if you guys can see, like right in this area, it is blending out a little patchy. And it's like, it wants to just stop right there. It doesn't want to blend out for me. But just because somebody's opinion differs from yours on this topic does not mean you can be a bully, and does not mean that you can belittle them for their opinions. So, I am all for vaccinations for children because they do have a health risk, not to just other children and the elderly, but to people of all ages. I still have to get vaccinated. With my PNH treatment, I have to get the meningitis and the pneumonia vaccine every 5 years. And that's just because I absolutely have to. And I think, this is just my opinion, it's just how I feel. I feel everybody should get the meningitis vaccine because meningitis can kill you in 24 hours. Yeah, meningitis is not anything to play with. I mean, but you're able to have your own opinion on how you feel with your body. That's just how I feel, because meningitis is so deadly. But I do get those 2 vaccinations every 5 years. I don't get the flu vaccine because I've never had it, and my doctor said, if you haven't had it, don't start getting it. Because your body's not going to be able to fight it. And with my immune system be out of whack as it is, I don't want to take that chance. So that is how I feel as to the anti-vaccination thing. I mean, she's more than, you know, entitled to raise her child however she wants to raise her child. But as far as vaccinations go, I think every child should be vaccinated, because not only is it a threat to other children, but it's a threat to the elderly. It's a threat to people of all ages, especially people with low immune systems like myself. Another thing about this topic that I found quite disturbing, like I said, you know, everybody, I'm just blending this out with ABH Cosmetics V5 Vegan Blending Brush because this is really kind of patchy. this is where that whole maturity thing comes into play. I have seen, you know, people have their own, everybody's got their opinion about it. How you state your opinion is what makes you mature about it. I saw a video. It was last week or 2 weeks ago. Someone said the phrase, "Now go vaccinate your children," in regards to Kat Von D. Then in the same breath, they said, "You know what? I don't want to get into this right now." If you didn't want to get into it, you should have never opened your mouth in the first place to tell her to go vaccinate her children. Because you knew, that person knew what they were doing. They knew that that was going to ruffle some feathers. And they knew that people were going to talk about it. So, that's where the maturity thing comes into play. Because that wasn't necessary. Don't sit here and say, tell someone to do something and then be all like, oh, well, I'm not going to get into that. Then you should have never have opened your mouth in the first place. That's how I feel about that. I'm going to finish blending this out, do my left eye, and I'll be right back. Had to sip some tea. This actually does look really nice. It did take a while to blend out because it was quite patchy. A lot of kickback in the palette, like I said. All right, now I'm going to go in with this shade right here, called Amor. And I'm just going to like lightly place that in the crease. I want to use this because I kind of want to use this as a transition between Hermosura and Lolita. Listen to me trying to get all Spanish up in here. Okay. So as far as the anti-vaccination thing goes, everybody has their own opinion about it. Like I said, I feel she should vaccinate her child for the sake of other children, people with low immune systems, and the elderly. And how you communicate with other people and the maturity level is really the issue. So, all right, let's go ahead and start doing this. All right. This next topic, I want to get it done and out of the way because I know it's going to come up in the comments. Oh yeah, this is good. This is what I wanted. I know in the comment section, somebody is going to say, Melissa, why are you reviewing a Kat Von D palette knowing she is racist against Jews, but you won't review any Jeffree Star palettes, and he's apologized for his racist past? My decision on reviewing Jeffree Star palettes had nothing to do with his racist past. Nothing. If you actually watched my thirsty review, you will know why I stopped reviewing Jeffree Star palettes, because people were like, Melissa, you can do an alien review? And I was like, no. I stopped reviewing Jeffree Star products, or not products, but palettes, because I did a review of his liquid lipsticks on my Instagram. I stopped, like I said, I stopped doing reviews on his palettes because I did not like the formula change. I don't like his new formula at all. And I'm not going to sit here and waste my money on a product I don't like. I know I'm not going to like. But with this, her formula hasn't changed as far as her palettes go. So I know that the formula is going to be nice. The shadows are going to be nice, you know, hit or miss, you know, if there's patchiness or anything. So that is why I purchased this palette to review. I have always said from the get-go that I am always about the products themselves and not the person behind it. If that was the case, nobody would review makeup, because every brand from A to Z has had some kind of controversy regarding race, sexism, homophobic, you know, or homophobia, you know, whatever. Every brand from A to Z has had that issue. So as far as reviewing her products over, I mean, her palettes over Jeffree Star's palettes, that's the reason why I'm not reviewing his palettes, is because I don't like his formula, his new formula, when it changed from androgyny to blood sugar. I mean, if you watch my blood sugar review, you know I didn't like blood sugar. You know I didn't like thirsty. But with this palette right here, the formula is exactly the same. Hit or miss, you know, there's, you know, some patchiness issues. So that is the reason why I am reviewing this palette as opposed to any Jeffree Star palettes. So, yeah. I'm going to do this eye, and I'll be right back. Anywho, that's my stance on the whole, you know, why I'm reviewing her palettes as opposed to Jeffree Star's. Racism is never okay. Sexism is never okay. Homophobia is never okay. If body shaming is never okay. If you're if you're part of any of that group, get off my channel. I don't want you here. I hope I made myself clear. I have a feeling this is gonna, yeah. All right, now I want to go in with Lolita and just kind of like lightly put this in the crease to give me some type of definition. I really hope I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot by using this color, because like I said, it's very different from the rest of them. It's more of like a, you know, a brown. It's not like a mauve brown. It's more of like a terracotta brown a little bit, with a little bit of purple dashed in there. So I'm really hope this is not going to F this look up. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. As far as this palette goes so far, I am having a lot of patchiness issues. And it looks like the eyeshadow just wants to ball up in my eye. What is that? As far as everything else goes with Kat Von D, I mean, I wish her all the best. Like, I know she got married and she had her baby. I do wish her all the best, but I don't see her brand being around much longer. I really, truly don't. Yeah. I am going to finish up my eye look and the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the final look. I actually like how this came out. On my lids, I used the Wet n Wild Liquid CatSuit from the Gothographic collection in the shade Pure Intention. On my lower lash line, I did combine the shades Amor and Lolita together. And yeah, in the inner corner, in my brow bone, I used BFTE Cosmetics Lily of the Valley from their Queen collection. But as far as this palette goes, it is pretty decent. You do get a lot of kickback in the pans. I did notice some fallout with Amor and Lolita. After using it and swatching it, you can see my palette is a little bit messy because of the fallout in it, and there are some patchiness issues with some of these shades, but they blend out really nice. Do I think this is a palette that you absolutely have to get? not really. If you like shades like this, and if you are a hardcore Kat Von D fan, by all means go get it. This retails for $39. You can get it at Sephora and on Kat Von D's website. But if you have something like this already in your collection and you feel like this is something that you really don't need, I wouldn't suggest getting. As far as her brand goes, I really don't see her brand continuing into 2019. I just think that with everything that happened with not vaccinating her child and, you know, coming forward about that and the backlash she got from that, and not really releasing a lot of, you know, innovative products. Granted, I was really excited about this at first, and then I started using it and I was just like, I could just use my ABH Modern Red. I don't see her putting as much effort into her brand as she did before, and I don't, with that alone, I don't see this brand lasting very much longer. I do know that there are people on, some of my makeup friends, that stopped purchasing from her brand once the anti-vaccine thing came out. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Be nice to one another, or otherwise I will shut the comments down. I'm not afraid to do that, because I know this is a pretty hot topic. So that is all that I have for you guys today. Don't forget to pick up my glitter palette with Texas House of Glitters. This is what she looks like, and she is currently on sale for $10 for the next one day. The sale does end on, excuse me, on January 1st. So make sure you pick her up for $10. You got 2 days left. Today, tomorrow, tonight, tomorrow. So make sure you pick her up for $10. And as always, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/MelissaLeahGarrett, on Snapchat as MelissaLeah1223, and on Instagram as MelissaLeahGarrett. Come on over. We have fun on those pages as well. I do not, however, have a Twitter account, so if you see one with my face and this gorgeous smile, report it because it's fake. Also, if that subscribe button is red, it's the wrong color. You need to change it. And don't forget that notification bell as well, even though we all know I mainly post on Tuesdays and Fridays. I love you all so much, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye! I wasn't ready. Trying to fix this stupid hair of mine. Aw, I need a haircut. I think I've been saying that for like 2 weeks now. That doesn't look too bad. It could be better though.